Hi, my name is Michael Herman. I am 29 years old. I am from Raleigh, North Carolina. I got a brother, two sisters, nephew, niece, and two wonderful parents. Um, I'm just writing or telling my story about the last 2 years of my life. Have been have been pretty bad. Um, it's a long story, very complicated. So I'm just gonna start, see how it goes. I'm gonna try to explain it as well as I can. Um, so it started about 2 years ago when I dated this girl, Anita. She called herself Anita. I met her on POF. She had a little boy, and um, you know, we only dated for 3 months or so. It was off and on. I'd catch her cheating, lying, just a kind of a fake person. So it was off and on, and it was a very weird family, very unhappy family. So everything just seemed very strange at the time. But I ended up breaking up with her after I found out she had cheated on me with her boss, with whom I helped her get a job with. He's a dentist, and I ended up, informing the wife about the affair her husband had, and I guess she barged in there, and she got fired that same day. And after that, her family wanted me dead. Um, Even after we broke up, they didn't care that she cheated multiple times with many with many men. They just were like, "How did you know? How did you?" I mean, they're very psychopathic. Needless to say, they were bad people. I think the mother, she told me, had been raped by 7 men before she was 7 years old. The brother is a child rapist. The father, the mother, just weird, very unhappy people. Um, she had cheated with me one time with a guy that was kind of a wigger, and they had even joked like when I was talking to them, "Do you know what a wigger is?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know what a wigger is." And they just thought it was so funny that their daughter's cheating on me. They're just bad people in general. I don't know how to explain it, but I broke up with her, and I guess a week after, I don't know why they took me to court. I was moving on. I had a new girl I was seeing. Wasn't trying to contact her, but they took me to court. I think just to so I wouldn't have a gun. Like they asked that I wouldn't have a gun. But I think that was the only reason for that. But um, I ended up getting calls at my work. They'd call me from a cemetery. Saying Michael and like a creepy voice, maybe 20 seconds into it. They were just, kind of harassing me, I guess. They had tried a few ways to actually murder me, including anesthesia in my house. All because I broke up with the girl that I think she told me she was good for about 2 weeks at the end of it. Like, I haven't done something to you in 2 weeks. I've been so good. The girl, I mean, being raped by her father, being taught to murder people at a young age by her mother. The people they hung around were just evil, and she was evil, and she didn't understand. 2 weeks being good, but you're cheating the whole time. It's a good reason for a person to break up with you. But they were gonna kill me because I broke up with her. So um, I don't know. After a while, I know they had tried a few ways to actually murder me. It's hard to pinpoint exactly how, but they're in their group. The third girlfriend, I'll explain later, talked about being part of a mafia, which is very strange to me. I don't know anything about that way of life. I've had great parents, loving parents, around good people my whole life. People that don't steal, people that don't lie, people that don't kill, people that don't rape children. But the second girl had contacted me on Match.com. She emailed me first, and we got together, and she was in on the whole thing. Um, Uh, it was fine for a few weeks. She too was constantly lying. I could tell. It was obvious. Maybe intuition or what, I don't know what you want to call it. But she was lying. She ended up. I took her to a bar, and she actually assaulted me on the way back for no reason. She punched me in my face repeatedly, like maybe 10 times. Next day, she came back to the house. She tore up my house, and I ended it there. She was mad at me still at the end of it. She was mad. I don't. She didn't even explain why she did it, but she was not happy. She had gotten a DUI, or that's what she said, and so I let her stay at my house. I wasn't sleeping with her or anything. I just trying to be a nice guy. Let her stay at my house. I I think I picked her up from her work one day, and she said she was telling everybody that I was crazy, and she wouldn't give me money for staying at my house, anything though. I'm taking her out, buying her stuff, and she just so I ended it there. I didn't even feel like driving her to and from work, to and from school every day, and she didn't care. So there's not a thank you whatsoever. So I ended that. Again, psychopathic, very mean, very angry person. She was, worked at the strip club. Her father raped her. Same deal with the other one. Just around terrible people their whole lives, and they became terrible people. So going on, while that girl was staying at my house, I had met or talked to a third girl, Jess, and Jess was, really nice, really fun at first. Everything was going good. She just same deal. I had that same feeling as I did with the other girls, just constantly lying. Her story didn't make sense. None of it made sense. What she was explaining when I asked about everything, it just didn't make sense. And I don't know. At the end of it, I thought she was cheating, but I think it was a bigger deal that she was actually meant to date me so that she would do the same thing as the other girls failed to do, which was to murder me. Um, I don't know. I don't know much about her family. I don't know. I don't know. I saw a few things that gave me the idea that she too was raped as a child. Just I feel like that's the whole thing that they're brought up in. Once you teach someone to murder, and not care to murder innocent people, I think raping someone, a lesser crime, just becomes instinctual, and that's what they would do. So I don't think that's weird for them to do that to people. They just did not care about people. I don't know. They would marry into the same group of people, so their husband and wife would be really terrible, evil people, and it obviously came down to their children being the same way. But I broke up with her. Um, she too, being part of that, she explained, I think on the same day that she tried to murder me, um, she put something in my shampoo bottle. She also did something at the pool, something in my drink, and I don't know. I didn't die. She would call me Mighty Mike on her Facebook when she talked to, about me. I think she even said Mighty Mike needs to be taken to a field and shot in the head or something like that. It was very weird, and I think Mighty Mike needs to be taken to a Maynard with a Mark the Monkey. Basically, shoot his head. Um, Her mother, weird. None of these people would fit well into society with everyone else, unless they're faking who they are. You could tell they would joke about murdering people in front of me. I didn't know what they were talking about, but that's like I think they were just so used to talking about murdering people, and that's just who they were. They were just bad people, and I mean, you could see them playing with their grandchildren, just looking mad and upset and angry, and they were not good people. Uh, I think the only time I saw them smile when they were joking about somebody that they had killed, or when they were dating me and they were planning on gonna kill me, they were laughing about ways that they would do it. I think Jess said weird things like, "God, we'll make it look like a suicide with you," and she talked about facts like 99.9% I mean, 0.001% of people are psychopaths and stuff like these. Facts like that. I think she, told me her mother had 5 husbands, all that are dead. And I called her mom like the Black Widow, and she just thought that was funny, really funny, way more than what a normal person would think. Very strange at the time. She would say things like, "Oh, there's so many ways to kill a person." And, her favorite show is Dexter, but it just did not end. And basically, after the comment was shoot my head off in the field, that along with the fact that I woke up one morning and I was just drained of all energy, and I knew, she had shown me some phone bills, and I guess her or someone had made a bunch of calls to anesthesiologists, and I think they're just trying to hint, like, that's how we're gonna try to kill you. And needless to say, there was anesthesia in my house, and I felt it. I just pinched my arm. I couldn't feel a thing. So obviously I left the house, and I don't know. I don't know. They attempted a few ways. They would enjoy torturing their victims. They would throughout the whole time. It's been 2 years. I'll explain more, but there was only 2 times where there was actually pain involved. But I think they try not to involve any pain. But they definitely enjoy mentally torturing the person. I think outside of my office, they had put a drug in my office, which had been broken into, and I could tell I was feeling weird, and I went outside of my apartment or the office, and there's a car parked with slow death, the person drawn in their dirt in the back of the car, and with a grave saying R.I.P. Clearly meant for me. They also would put earrings in 3 of the houses that I had lived in. No one owned them. They were shell earrings, but they were showing their psychopathic ways. Like throughout the relationships, like every time the girl cheated on me, she got mad at me, saying, "Oh, you're just Mr. Perfect, aren't you?" And like it was like my fault. And then when she punched me, she was mad at me. Like I didn't even understand it. It was just they were so used to just blaming other people and just not caring about human beings in general that they just tell themselves whatever and do whatever they want to people, uh, which obviously don't make for good people, good parents, good human beings, and that's what I saw. Um, Going on to I moved after Christmas. It was a year and 6 months ago, and I moved to Australia. Again, being the psychopaths they were, they called me with a guy with an Australian accent right before I left, trying to hint, we know where you're going. Um, when I got there, it's fine. I think there's, for a while I think it was fine, and then soon enough, I guess they found out where I was. Again, these people I don't know. I don't think they don't care what I've done. They just enjoy murdering people. They truly enjoy murdering people. If you're a guy and you don't have kids, I assume if you don't have kids that you're fair game, and it will be fun to kill you. But in Australia, what's up? I'll finish this.